All right, so hi everybody. So as Leila and Robin introduced, I'm Jiwon. I'm a postdoctoral fellow in Stanford University. And before I jump right into what we are doing, I'd like to introduce who are in our team. So first person that I wanted to introduce is Dr. Justin Gardner. He's my direct advisor. He's a vision scientist and assistant professor of psychology and Utsai Neuroscience Institute. Also, he's affiliated with Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence in Stanford. And the second member is, as you all know, it's Dr. Leila Montaser Kouhsari. She's a clinician for Parkinson disease, and also she's affiliated with the Thai Neuroscience Institute. And finally, it's me. I'm Jiwon, and I'm a researcher, and my main study field is human perception and cognition. So why are these three people gathered and what we wanted to achieve? We wanted to build a new model or new method that can patients with neurodegenerative diseases can track on their diseases progresses at home easily. And once we build this new method, we think that it will help you to reduce a lot of time and cost for dealing with your disease. And at the same time, for clinicians, it will be also helpful to communicate more easily and keep track on their patients' symptoms. So how are we gonna achieve this? We are going to collect a bunch of eye tracking data because eye data, the behavior of your eyes are closely related to the brain and deficits of the brain. So the co-recurrent impairments of more than often it can reflect it in the how your eyes are moving. So we wanted to collect a large data from patients with neurodegenerative diseases so that we can build a model that can capture the subtle differences between in the eyes between the different symptoms of the diseases. When you participate in our study, you're going to wear this glasses type eye tracker while doing some simple daily activities. And this picture is the exact device that we are going to use. So it looks just normally like regular like glasses. And there are like cameras that capture your eye movements, and also it has at the center it has another camera that sees the view that you are seeing. So the device will collect your eye movements, and then also it will record the scenes that you are seeing and the audio as well. We are thinking of collecting the eye data in two different situations, one of which is in clinic condition. So, and you're gonna be like assigned to one of these two conditions if you are participating. So in case of in clinic experiment, you will visit the clinic and you will wear the glasses type eye trackers, and then do some daily activities like looking at a certain positions or grabbing a cup or something like that according to the instruction of the researcher. And the experiment will be lasted for up to 2 hours, and this is very generous expectation that we have, and we are targeting to collect and complete the experiment within an hour. And depending on the speed of the data collection, you may or may not be requested to visit the clinic multiple times. But still, we are trying to complete one experiment within a day in an hour. the second condition that we wanted to collect the eye data is at home, at each participant's home. So if you are assigned to this group, then you will visit the clinic to receive the eye tracker device. And then you will return home with the device and collect the data on yourself. So you're gonna use it for several hours in a day for multiple days. And then after the data is collected, then you will return the eye tracker glasses to the clinic. So your participation is very important for us to achieve our goal, which is building a new method that can continuously keep track of your progresses of the neurodegenerative diseases in your life. And to build this type of model, really huge amount of data is needed. So your participation is very precious for us. And if we successfully completed this project, then we are anticipating that this output of this project will be very helpful for both patients and clinicians in the future. Here is my email and text, my phone number that you can reach out to me if you are interested in participating in the study. And also on the right side, there is a QR code that you can see. So if you have a phone, like you can put up the camera, and when you capture it, then it will show you a link where you can submit an online form for the participation. And if you feel more comfortable talking to Dr. Leila, you can reach out to her email address. Before I get some questions from you, I brought up some questions that I expect that you might have. First of all, am I eligible for this study? Once you show your interest for the participation, I will reach out to you and see whether you're eligible for the participation. Basically, we are looking for a person who are in between like 40 to 80 and have normal or mild deficits in cognition and have Parkinson's disease. Is using an eye tracker glasses safe? So eye tracker glasses are non-invasive and it's completely safe to use. Will my privacy safe? We recognize that this eye tracker device captures your eyes in the scene that you are seeing and audios as well. So we also very much concerned about keeping your privacy. So we are going to encrypt all the personal information and save it separately from the eye tracking data that we are going to collect, so that we cannot associate the personal data to the eye tracking data. Also, all identifiable information from the eye tracking data, video and audio will be removed, so that identifying a person from the data will be very hard. How much will it cost to participate in the study? There will be no cost on your end, and for the qualified participants, they will receive some participation fee. What if I want to drop out the study after I say that I wanted to participate in? It's completely okay, and you can stop participating in the study at any time, at any moment, even though we started collecting data. So feel free to reach out to us if you are interested in the participation. Lastly, when will I do the experiment? So right now we are in the middle of the progress of initiating this experiment, and we are aiming to start the experiment in early April. So, and that's what I prepare for. And if you have any questions, you can write down in the chat or raise your hand, and I'd be happy to have it.
I'm just gonna add a little note. So I am going on maternity leave, so I won't be available as much. So definitely you can contact
Yeah.
Dr. Yeon. And then also I will put for the other study that I mentioned, I have a research coordinator, Stephanie Tran, that I'm putting her email in the chat. That, you know, if you would like to participate, you can directly message her.
Okay, great. I had a few questions. Let's see. Let me put this information. Oops, I'm sorry. I'll also send out Stephanie's information. On the Dr. Yeon, what is your, do you have a hypothesis as to what you expect to see when you analyze what you call looking behavior, or might be called eye movement behavior?
So we are interested in looking into the sequence of the eye movements. So like your eyes are keep moving, and it's not randomly moving. It has like their own purposes for each eye fixation. And there has been study which says there's some oddities in these patients with neurodegenerative diseases, that they have like different vision or different saccadic eye movements in their eyes. So we wanted to see whether using a deep learning model, we wanted to see whether the saccadic eye movements are subtle enough or strong enough to reveal some very subtle differences between the PD patient's symptoms.
Okay, and would you or maybe Leila be able to define what a saccade is, or a saccadic movement?
What is the question? So I think this is going to be like a lot of different ways that, so I think the models try to pick up what are the differences between the normal eye movement and abnormal eye movement. So like the controls eye movements, let's say, and then the patients with the neurodegenerative disease eye movements. I think we want to figure out what the differences are. I mean, we know that there are sometimes differences in saccades in PD. You know, it could be that they're a little slower, or, you know, sometimes you see that the lens is not the same as healthy controls. But with patients with atypical Parkinsonism, they have much more problems with generating saccades, and they definitely cannot make eye movements that are, you know, suitable for what they want to look at. And a lot of times there's even paralysis in the eyes. But I think in Parkinson patients it's more subtle. So that's why we're hoping that when we have like this, you know, more data, and then not in the just laboratory, like, you know, more in the environment that patients are, you know, doing their daily activities, we can actually, with more computational approaches, we can find the subtle differences between the way they look at the world compared to the healthy controls.
Right. Thanks for that. My question is about the word saccade or saccadic. I think most people on the call probably don't know what that word means.
That means making an eye movement.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think most people, when I first heard that word 20 years ago, I thought it was psychotic. I had no idea what that word was. It was a new word to me.
Yes, all right. We will. This is a good suggestion. We will add the definition to that. Yeah, you're right.
And you mentioned, Jiwon, that that there's a reimbursement, and I think it's for the parking fee, right, at Stanford.
It's for the parking fee, and also we will something we will pay for the participation fee as well. Like there will be, we are thinking like $20 per hour, so which is not a great amount, but like it's kind of like showing our gratitude for the participation or participating.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the same for our experiment as
All
well.
right. Very good. And you said that you're looking for people with both normal cognition and Parkinson's disease, and also mild deficits of cognition and Parkinson's disease. Could you say how you will determine whether someone has normal cognition or mild deficits in cognition?
Yeah, so there is this simple survey type of test that you will do once you are first screened for this process. Based on the score that you get from the survey, we can decide whether you have, normal to mild cognitive deficits.
Okay, and you're also, I wanted to make sure it's clear that people know that you also want healthy controls to participate, that you actually you're recruiting for a group of healthy controls as well.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, great. Does anybody else have questions? We hope you can participate. So just to summarize, there were 3 studies, hopefully I counted that correctly, 3 studies talked about. One was the ability to learn behavior. And is that a good summary of it?
Yeah.
All right, ability to learn behavior. And for that one, you should contact Dr. Montaser Kouhsari's research coordinator, Stephanie Tran, and I've put in the chat her email address. It's tran@stanford.edu. Then there's the Strive PD study, which is going to use an Apple Watch or an app on the Apple Watch. And the same contact there, Stephanie Tran.
Yeah, so the Strive and the behavioral, they're kind of together.
Oh, okay. All right. And then there's also a looking behavior or an eye movement tracking study. And for that one, you can contact Dr. Jiwon Yeon at her email address, which is jyeon@stanford.edu, or on the screen now is the QR code. You can scan that, and that will bring up a web page asking you some questions to make sure you qualify for the study. So we hope everyone will participate in these studies at Stanford. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody's time today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.